What's good, Libra? I pulled out 2 cards. So the first card out is most strongest. You're feeling some regret at the moment. You're feeling like lost and you're upset about the way that things turned out. Things that were done or haven't been done, were said or haven't been said. And I feel a lot of grief behind that. What crosses you is the Ace of Clubs, is the lack of a new beginning. Feeling like you can't get something off the ground that you really wanted to, or something that didn't quite bring itself into being, even though you had a lot of passion for it. You wanted it. What's the foundation? The Hierophant. The cause of your situation, your physical, emotional needs, plus your subconscious desires. So, could be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus in your chart. What your subconscious desires is that you want a commitment. You want something that's lasting. You want something that has structure and that's like a spiritual connection and union. You want commitment. That's what you want, Libra. What's about your past? What is behind you? Your creative talents and your abilities. What's behind you, Libra? What happened in the past? What happened in the past, Libra? What happened in the past? Tell me a card for the past. Temperance, balance. So, the past, what is behind you? Your creative talents and your abilities. So you had some balance in your past. Maybe you just came out of a certain time and you finally started to get your ducks all in a row. You wanted balance in the situation. And you had balance within the situation. Maybe you needed to attain balance in the situation to kind of see things in a new perspective, or kind of after the dust settles to see what really happened that came of it. But in the past you did have balance, you did have temperance, you did have clarity and things that was be putting right in the past. You had balance in the past, you had that temperance. But what happened? Why are you regretful now? Because there was a lack of a passionate beginning. Even though you really want something committed. The Moon. Your goals, your conscious awareness, the best that can be achieved at present. So, the Moon in reverse, things are coming to light. Now you're kind of seeing like after the dust settles, you're kind of looking at the tools that you have now. Kind of the direction that you want to go. Things that weren't seen clearly is being seen clearly now, and things that were hidden, it definitely came to light. And whether it's like an illusionary kind of thing, whether it's something that you didn't see at the time or didn't want to see, it's something that you're putting things into perspective now. And you're seeing that even though the past you wanted balance and you left the situation because that was what was needed, because you weren't getting it, now after the dust settles, you're kind of seeing what the cost of wanting that balance was, what the cost of moving away to attain that balance was. And what it costed you was a lack of that passionate beginning. You wanted something committed. But whatever that commitment was, maybe you really wanted that commitment and it was throwing you off balance. Maybe in your work life, maybe it was something that you couldn't balance either way. Maybe there was a lot of conflict or just a lot of obstacles to get to it. And you knew that your balance was the most important thing now, your foundation, your structures, and you didn't want anything to come in between that. So you went away to get that balance, and now that your ducks are in the row, now you're kind of seeing that what you gave up in order to attain it and what was lost. Your future, what's before you, what's ahead of you. What's ahead of you? What's ahead of you, Libra? What's ahead of you for Libra? What's ahead for Libra? Ooh, so this is an end of an old cycle and a start of a new. This is good fortune. This is abundance. This is something that's brand new, and this is something that's karmic. The roads are opening up to you to something brand new. Although you had a lack of a new beginning because you needed to get some balance ahead of you, and you needed to see things in perspective. And what was seen was that it wasn't giving you the balance that you wanted. It wasn't giving you the commitment. It wasn't giving you like the staying power, the structure that you needed. And that's why it never really came off the ground. And whatever regret that you feel now, just know that you have something amazing coming up. A brand new cycle, kind of a brand new beginning. And something that's going to be really amazing. Because, you knew the sacrifice that was needed in order for you to attain that balance. And although you're sad about it and it stopped you from having that passionate new beginning, or it stalled you at some point because you couldn't get to it now and you knew that it was throwing you off of your life path, just know what's meant for you will always be for you. And when it leaves your life is something that was thrown off your path, or that was a lesson that you needed to learn from each other, or that karmic payback that you needed to pay for each other to learn that deeper lesson, or just, to fulfill that karmic cycle for each other till that's cleared. And it seems like there is a clearing of some karma, and it's going to start to something brand new because you knew it wasn't something that settled your soul. It didn't nurture you, and you needed that balance, and you needed to see something in a new perspective, because what you needed was your structure and your foundation and your balance, and you made the sacrifices where you needed to because you have a goal. And then that goal is going to come towards you to a brand new beginning. It's going to be something amazing and abundant. And how you see yourself, the Magician in the reverse. Your personal strengths and weaknesses, an individual perspective of you. You see that you're not manifesting everything that you need right now. You feel like you can't make things happen. And I could see that at the moment you do feel regretful about something, about a new abundant beginning, and maybe you weren't exactly forthcoming or honest about the past situation, and that's why that there is no balance in it, because you didn't really see what you wanted out of the situation either. And so maybe you weren't exactly forthcoming with the whole situation of the people that were involved, of the situation, and it caused the loss of a new passionate beginning. And in the past there was a balance, but questions came up about what you really wanted. And there was conflicts in the past, and you needed to balance yourself and to see a new perspective. And in order till you saw that new perspective, maybe you kept things hidden or under wraps until you figured that out. And now you're feeling bad about it because you knew that there was something hidden. There's a lack of clarity towards the other people involved because you didn't really know what you were doing either. Because at the moment, maybe you did have a lot of conflict that you're just getting yourself in balance over, and it left you in lack, in a feeling of lack, like you didn't have enough. And it made you not want to go for new passionate beginnings. And maybe you just had to wait for this clarity to come out, the secret that kind of shown itself to you. And now that something shown, now it brought things into perspective that what you put on hold didn't exactly wait for you. Your environment, your home, your surroundings, family, loves, friends, work, that which is outside of yourselves, and how others perceive you. Two of Swords. You feel like people have turned their backs on you. You put up boundaries within yourselves, or people put boundaries up against you. Maybe you kind of ran in and out a lot of the situation. Maybe there was a lack of forthrightness. Maybe there was a time that you were having some bouts of depression or selfishness because maybe you've been depressed. And now people are, even though they don't know where it came from because you weren't offering a lot of answers or clarity, now people around you are defensive and kind of blocking you out. And now there's a stalemate. Because maybe you're not the kind of person that speaks about their emotions. Maybe it's hard for you to convey when you're having issues or problems at the moment and to let other people in, because maybe you're used to taking everything on your own shoulders and taking care of everything yourself. Maybe you invested into something that you thought would bring you a lot of balance, and it did at one point, but something came to light and it left you really regretful that you invested a lot of time and energy into something, and maybe it came with a price and you had to let go of that something in order to get this balance into this situation. And something came to light and it left you really regretful that you invested so much, because in the end that you lost out. Maybe someone you invested so much in was keeping secrets from you, and those secrets came out and made themselves known, and it wasn't exactly anything that was for your highest good. Because maybe you had a different impression of the relationship, situation, job, or business that you put yourself in than it was in reality. So 9, your future, what is just before you. An enemy made itself known, or a truth made itself known, or a secret, or something that was hidden from you just came to light, and it made you see a whole new perspective over something that you sunk in a lot of time and effort for, whether it's a job, a business, an organization, a relationship, a family. You found out that somebody was doing you dirty or hiding something from you, and the secret came out, and someone that you had a lot of trust in turned out to be an enemy. Or maybe that they're even blocking, you see yourself as the Magician in reverse, somebody who's not manifesting, somebody who lost a lot. You feel like you lost your mojo, and now everybody's blocking you out because you feel like maybe somebody was kind of taking advantage of you or taking you for granted, and now you're left depleted. And you thought this was a mutual loving relationship and it had a strong foundation and balance, but it turns out that it didn't. And it had to make you look within yourself to see a deep truth that something had to end for a brand new cycle to begin, and whatever doesn't serve you, you had to cut away. And it wasn't for your highest good. It didn't sit right with you, and it left you depleted, and it took advantage of you, and it lied to you, and now it all comes to light. Now the outcome is you moving away after this truth came known, this new perspective that somebody was lying, somebody was keeping things hidden. And it kind of broke this entire foundation apart. And now you're moving away because you're disappointed, because there's no new beginning on this, that something came to light and it's something that you can't ignore anymore. Because it was just something that was too blatant. You just can't ignore it. Two more cards. 5 of Swords, 9 of coins. There's a lot of conflict, a lot of verbal fights, a lot of gossiping, and you know, it's kind of like maybe people talking crap on each other on this past business or relationship situation, but it's something that's really big, and it shook up and it brought down an entire foundation. And after this truth came to light, argument ensued, a fight turned out, and now you're being single and abundant on your own. Somebody broke away from this after this truth was known, because you're abundant on your own and you're not going to take people who deal with a lot of conflict. This is someone who can be really immature because they're not invested in much. They have their own, and they can be kind of like argumentative. They can be kind of like insulting, kind of like breaking you down a little every day, you know, arguments, fights, insults, you know, like constant bickering all of the time, and you can't deal with this anymore. You knew you had to start investing in yourself and be abundant within yourself, because this all it did was bring you conflict. And the truth came out about something and how much you were fighting about something, and it came to light as to what exactly that was. Maybe somebody you're dealing with had as a new beginning. Up ahead of them, they have a new emotional beginning. Maybe the person that you're investing all of your time in, you found out that they were betraying you in some way. And it's something that you had a feeling about because you knew that things were changing. And somebody is a lot more mean and argumentative and non-communicative. They're shutting you out, acting like they don't need you. And it was because somebody had other situations going on. They had other investments going on. And it didn't involve you. Maybe it involves somebody else. This is something that's really big, something that's really life-changing. There's a lot of major arcanas out on the table here, so this is something that's going to be a huge change in your life. But just know, this huge change, it will lead to good fortune. And it's just the need to step into the whole brand new cycle and let go of what doesn't serve you. Because the people that leave you behind and starting their own cycles, just know it was like, it was definitely needed. And it wasn't something that was going to last. I don't know, I didn't even ask that. Hierophant fell on the Hierophant. That was your foundation. You want something strong and true. You want commitment, you want structure, you want balance, and that's not, you don't want somebody who lies and hides things, lying by omission, because all it does is bring you conflict, and you're moving away from that, and you're blocking out liars, you know. And maybe you invested in something and you left something behind, and whatever you left behind, you feel like you made the wrong choice, and that's why you're regretful. 2 of Swords. Jesus, what am I going to clarify? Okay, what is this moon in reverse? What's the moon in reverse? What's 10 of Cups? So, the moon in reverse, your goals, your conscious awareness, the best that can be accomplished at the present is seeing things in a new perspective. Secrets came out to light that somebody was building a foundation elsewhere. That somebody already had a situation, maybe a different commitment. But whatever it was, it didn't involve you, and maybe you weren't forthcoming, actually, that you had a family situation going on, or maybe the person that you were involved with had a family situation going on. But the best that you can accomplish is to actually see the truth that somebody has another family situation going on, that somebody's happy on their own, and for some reason it does make you regretful, because, you know, in the past, this person that you invested in did bring you a lot of balance, and you wanted a steady foundation. What's this Wheel of Fortune? What's this Wheel of Fortune ahead of you? So there is going to be good fortune ahead. It's going to be abundance. It's going to be a cycle to something brand new. But in the meantime, save your money. Definitely practice like a budget. Make sure you know where all of your money is going. Don't be frivolous, because you do have a big change that's going to come up. Maybe something like a money that you expected is finally going to come in, but until then, you have to be really careful with your finances. Why are you regretful? Why are you regretful? Page of Swords. Somebody, maybe you were snooping and you found something that came to light. Did you find a message, an email, and you found something snooping, and it made you realize that somebody was double dealing, had a situation outside of a situation, and you found this by snooping. Maybe a text message came through. Maybe someone looked through your phone, or you looked through somebody's phone. Maybe somebody even told you that they saw something about the person that you're with, and about how somebody actually was with somebody else or investing in somebody else behind your back. And it was somebody that you had a long-term relationship with, or a lot of investments with. No, I'm not going to take these. I didn't ask yet. What else am I going to clarify? Ooh, what's this Magician in the verse? Why do you see yourself as the Magician in the reverse? Why do you see yourself as 3? Because you went away towards a new a beginning for a new passionate, because you left to a karmic partner and you started a new passionate beginning with somebody else, and you lied about it. You had another situation going on. You had a family at home and it was hidden. And you went off and or if it wasn't a long-term commitment when you met this person, maybe you had some time apart and you started something new and it didn't work out for you, and now you're regretful. you had another passionate beginning going on and you didn't let anyone else know, or the person that you were involved with. And then you went off to that person, and that person it didn't work out with them. That's all I can really say. And now you're regretful because of it. Two of Swords. Oh my goodness, this was flipped over too. Oh, this new passionate beginning betrayed you. The one that you went after, the one that you were quiet about. And you had a lot, there was definitely a karmic person, a karmic pull, and it was strong passion, and it was led by just passion. And you let your passions get run away with you, and you ruined a home situation because of it. And now you're regretful. Maybe you were caught. Something came to light. Somebody was snooping and something came to light that you had another situation going on. And it threw whatever steady foundation that you had off balance. And ultimately it ended because you were being selfish, Libra. I did not. Let me see. What am I going to go ahead and clarify? Two of Swords. Let me clarify the Two of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Now you want a brand new beginning after this truth was known, after truth came out. Whoever you were with, they spied on you, and the truth came out. It led to conflict, and it led to separation, and now you're regretful, and you want to start this new beginning. You want to offer somebody something tangible and a brand new beginning, something new, but you feel like they're going to block you out, and they're not going to give you a chance. And now it makes you wonder if you even have a chance, right? Because now you think that if you go towards it, it's going to just bring up conflict. What's this Ace of Swords? You found communication. Whoever you're with and you started that beginning with, they found some passionate communication that you were sending out to somebody else. They were snooping. They found some emails or some text messages or throughout your social media, and it caused a breakup. And it was just because you were dealing with other people, Libra. Where's this Chariot? Chariot. You're going towards somebody. Are you going back? Where is this Chariot? What's this Chariot? Ooh. King of Swords in the reverse. So the outcome is you're moving away from a situation. You feel like something was found out. Somebody doesn't trust you anymore. They're blocking you out. They left you. A big fight ensued and you're moving away. But this King of Swords in reverse, this is somebody that can be somebody who doesn't let people in or speak the truth. It's someone who can kind of like hide things. You know, somebody who doesn't communicate well, somebody who's kind of really defensive, and maybe the situation was, you're moving away from that. You're moving away from defensiveness, from lying, because now you see it actually, it was a huge consequence and loss that happened. And now you're trying to move away from all of that lying and lying by omission. And because you found out that maybe you're running away with your passions isn't exactly worth it, that you want a relationship now and you want to stop doing the drama, but you caused a ton of damage, and now you see it. Now it came to light in perspective, and now you're Are you going towards something new? Do you want to come towards something new? Do you want forgiveness of this past situation or the one before that you left behind? That you left that actually for the situation that totally broke out? I don't know. But, you know, we've all made mistakes in our lives, though, Libra. We've all did things that we weren't proud of. And now you're seeing, and you know that whatever was found out and it left you out and regretful, you know that it was just. And you feel like it was kind of what you deserved. Because it seems like you were hiding a lot of things, and instead of like getting you what you wanted, which was the reason why you hid things in order to keep everything until you figured that out, you found out that you lost everything because of it. Maybe both situations, both jobs, maybe, you know, two relationships or two options or choices, and now you're left on your own. You're going towards building your foundation again, waiting for your fruits to come in, and trying to you're just starting to try to work on yourself now. You're trying to be okay with yourself now and focus on yourself now, because you made a big mess, Libra. And I don't want to judge, because we've all done things that we weren't proud of. Just know that it's a lesson, it's karmic, that, you know, when we meet certain peoples in our lives, it's universe that sends us to do it, because it's like that past life karma. That's that lesson that we've done to each other in the past life, and we return to it now to pay each other back, and it's done for a reason. And part of it is to learn that lesson so we can become the better version of ourselves. It's not like you're the worst person in the world to make mistakes, but it's becomes problematic when you never learn from them. Right? Queen of Wands in reverse. Maybe the first person you want to go towards was a fire sign that you were dealing with on the side, that you left behind to invest into a whole nother situation that didn't work out. Maybe the first person the other person that you were dealing with that you left behind to invest in something else. Maybe you see her as somebody that's upset. Oh my God. She's somebody that can be very intuitive, but it's somebody that you are afraid of. You're afraid, even though you want to go towards it and speak and communicate, you're afraid because you think that that person might not want you because of all the game plans, and you see her as healed and she's not wanting to speak or invest with you anymore, and you're afraid that there will be hell to pay if you try to return. Because each time you try to return or invest in the past, all it did was bring conflict. Because somebody you're dealing with has really high boundaries now. Because you know that they have their self-worth and their own healing. And you're regretful of it, and you're watching them. And you're afraid if you're going to go towards this Queen of Wands in reverse, it'll just bring conflict. Maybe it could be you're dealing with a fire sign with a Aquarius moon. You see this person as somebody who is spiritually gifted, somebody who's structured. You want commitment with this person now. But I think you need to tend to your own garden first, Libra. You need to let the dust settle and see a new perspective and really consider what you learned from this and from the situation, and be okay with yourself, because once you involve yourself in other people and you're not healed, all that it comes about is chaos. And maybe this was a cycle for you, that each time you say that you want commitment and you go in initially with like good intentions, and maybe you let your passions get away with you and you let yourself be swayed into other situations. Let me give you some advice from the universe, Libra. Advice from the universe. Advice from the universe, Libra. Advice from the universe. Hey, Libra. Advice from the universe. Soulmates. Advice from the universe. Advice from the universe. Truth be told. So, advice from the universe that whatever situation that happened, whatever situation that you left to invest in something else, or the truth came out and now you're seeing whoever you left behind before, maybe before the last, to invest in someone else, was actually a soulmate. And you want to build with that person now, because now that the most recent situation didn't work out, because you left that fire sign in reverse to invest in something new, and it was a spectacular disaster because you only thought about the person previously. And you want to build with that person that you left behind to invest in someone else. You want to build with that person now. But it's time for you to sit still. Don't go jumping all over the place. Be okay with the here and now, which little things that you could do for your here and now yourself. Be reflective of what happened, so you can go the distance and to find your tribe. But in order for you to do that, you have to be okay within yourself, to know that in the truth, truthfully, your tribe and your soulmate is within you. And when you put all of that responsibility on another person, then you find yourself being disappointed because it wasn't as fulfilling as you thought it would be. Because you invested in so much, because that feeling of being fulfilled is, you could never find it with another person. You could only find it within yourself first. And when you start investing and building into your life and yourself, and you're starting to see new perspectives into things, and knowing that you have everything that you need, that's when things will open up for you. And you could go ahead and go the distance to what you want to accomplish and to find your tribe. But it's not in other people. You have to invest in yourself first. You have to build your life first into the things that you want first, irrespective of what anyone can bring or take away from you. So you can find your inner well-being and home. That's what I got for you, Libra. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you like that. And I'll see you next time. Bye.